80s, the greatest decade ever, brings us thunder. Love walked in through the door, and that's what's happened here today on the Yeah Come On show. Love walked in the door. Brett, Barney, and I are in love with one Brian Finneran, former Atlanta Falcon and air personality on 680 The Fan.
What up? Thank
Dude.
you for having me. I got the call, Southside's leg. I got this podcast. Yeah, come on. And I said, you know it. I'll be a part of it.
You know I need you. I need you.
After I listened to the first one, I was a little nervous about coming on because I didn't know which direction we were going to be heading. But I think I feel comfortable enough in my own skin about what we're going to get into.
You know, the first one, and I blame Brett Barney. Brett is on News Radio 106.7 for like another month before that station blows up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then I'm on the Yeah Come On show.
Yeah. By the way, Finn, I want to pour you a drink before we do this because I think we need to do a toast to one about to be unemployed individual.
Yeah,
over
that's
there.
a good idea.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, by the way, Brett.
No, we are sorry. This
I'll
show
survive.
right now brought to you by Woodford for free. Love for you to take an interest in this show. Yeah, come on. Jack Daniels, you too. Cheers.
Happy hunting for a job in a month.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
That's the thing about radio. Sometimes you lose your gig. You know, it just happens. And sometimes it's not your fault. Not your fault on news radio. Our company, Cumulus, sold you. You just got sold. That's all.
And our thought is, if we did any better, it would have been a few more million in their pocket and not in ours. So it doesn't matter.
That's right. Just
They would have
take it.
sold us either way.
Yeah, some of the best radio right now, Finn, would be listening to these guys because you got guys that just don't give a damn.
I can imagine.
Everyone's getting trashed. Everybody's laundry's getting aired out.
That's
It's
right.
been pretty funny.
There was some kind of suspension over there at one point recently
there
as well.
was.
Yes, I heard about that.
That was the Kimmer. The Kimmer is got suspended, and I don't think he gave a damn. That's a proud Marine right there, and I hope he gets work. He should get work. WGST, if you're listening, hire the Kimmer's ass. And I got to tell you, there's no finer station, even though it's competition, than 680 The Fan.
Well, thank you for that. I have had a good. I have had good people around me, and I've been on 680 now for almost 8 years. But being in the same hallway as some of the guys, including yourself, for as long as I was, and getting some of the mentoring and leadership from you early on, and other guys I worked with like John Kincaid and even Perry Laurentino and Rude, Christopher Rude.
You just went way back.
I
Perry,
know.
Perry
I know.
and Christopher Rude, who I got my start with. Christopher Rude basically handed me definitely the name Southside Steve. He's the one and I was like, please, no, dude. Everybody that grew up on the South Side doesn't talk about it. When I'm in Buckhead, I don't say I'm from the South Side.
That's crazy.
And he labeled me, and he told me one day, he said, you know what? You're going to thank me for the nickname. But Rude was such a force in my career, and what a talented individual that guy is. And then Perry Laurentino, you're right. I didn't know who he was.
No.
Met him in
Short
the
little Italian dude, kind of curmudgeon, but super dialed up and detailed and always prepared, always early. Didn't have to worry about setting any multiple alarms to get up in the morning. He worked the morning shift all the time.
He did, you know, and you're right. You've been lucky. And as far as an owner, there's not a nicer guy than David Dickey.
Yeah, he's been awesome to work for as
God,
well. Yeah.
I mean, I love John and Lou Dickey too. Worked for those guys. That's who started, Rock 100.5. But David is the guy that you see get in his vehicle and he goes out and sells his own radio station.
He is.
I mean, he is
so
in it.
passionate about what they do over there at 680. You better have some time. If you're going to go talk radio with him, you better set aside about a good hour. You might get a bite in, but he's going to talk your ear off for sure because he loves it.
He does. He loves it. But I tell you what, the thing that he did right, and Brett and I were talking about this before, is grabbing a guy like you. What a great job you did for the Atlanta Falcons. I was a fan of yours. My middle brother completely fanned out for you, and my little brother did too. I mean, they're the ones that turned me on to you. They're like, man, I love some Finneran, man. He gets it. He's good. And then I started watching you, of course, and I'm like, what a great guy. Little did I know what a great person under that helmet.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, thank you very much. I love playing the game. To be able to stay in the same city for 11 years and playing the same team is part of the reason I'm working like I am now with 680 and kind of built a brand for myself over that 11-year period, which is rare in the NFL anymore because so many guys bounce around the free agency or don't make it that long.
No.
So I was fortunate to do that. And again, you meet good people and you surround yourself with the right people. You got a chance to be successful.
And you got great drinking buddies. And here's I just want another toast because I like toasting because it gives us a reason to drink. To number 86.
Oh,
to
yes.
number 86.
Well, thank you. I drink to myself
Drink to
often.
Why don't you drink to you?
I will.
Brett and I, after the show, like sports, we like to take a shower, so we look forward to that.
Together.
All of us.
I did not know that. Tyler did not give me the heads up before we agreed to do this.
There's a
Maynard.
big locker room downstairs. Yeah.
Maynard,
Jesus.
talk about the locker room downstairs, because we are at Oxygen Financial, and they have a wonderful locker room here.
Yep.
And if you're going to invest some money, Ted Jenkins, go to oxygenfinancial.com, especially you with all that big sports
You
money.
ain't kidding.
You got millions. You got to invest that kind of stuff. Ching, that was Finn's pocket, not mine.
You know it.
God bless you. But later on, I figure, we all get naked and take a shower and do man talk.
All right, let's call my wife and see if I got to be home. But yeah, if I don't have to be anywhere, we can make it happen.
That's what I'm talking. Boom, honey, I'll be home. I'm saying that to my wife too. She's taking my 2-year-old for his 2-year health check.
Sure.
I'm showering with Finn. I'll be late.
Kid looks good. I've seen him. Social media.
Priorities.
No, you got good-looking kids, and I got good-looking kids. You got any girls? I know you got boys.
Yeah, I have one daughter, Bryn,
How old is she now?
23.
She's 23.
Yep.
Oh, she's way too old for Brooks.
She is. She is. I don't know if I want to associate with
Anything Southside?
That's right.
Good call.
But Brett has done some show prep, which is something. Do you do show prep?
Oh my God! If you don't do show prep in the sports world, you're screwed. I know you guys.
What's the show prep sports world? Watch a game?
It can absolutely be watch a game, sit in front
Difficult.
of TV and watch the Falcons play on a Monday night, or the Masters, or PGA Championship is
So
coming up.
tough.
Try to watch the Hawks play in a season where they're tanking, which is hard, but they got a lot of young players. And then reading up on stuff across across the internet. I mean, different websites, you're all over them. You guys do the same stuff. You got
know.
to be prepared. That's the problem with a lot of guys in the sports world that try to make that transition to broadcasting. They just think they can sit there and do it.
No.
And if you don't read up or watch the games like you're talking about, I know you're being kind of funny about it, but it's there's something to be said for staying up and watching those games, especially when you got to wake up at the ass crack of dawn.
Yeah, you want to see the end of the game. Like,
Right.
Did anybody see the Braves last night? I heard it was like 9-0.
Yeah.
9-0.
And we weren't the 9.
Max Fried got knocked out in the second inning. The
He looked
starting
awful.
pitcher.
Listen, my eyes were going sideways third inning in, so I had to go to bed. But then I had to wake up and read about it in the morning before
You're
I get
like-
ready to talk about it. But yeah,
Damn.
Max Fried was awful. I thought my eyes were, he was not good. Then he got hit by a ball,
The
got
line
hit right back at him.
yeah.
Maybe that was on purpose. I think that maybe
It's like
the
it was a
manager,
blessing.
the manager just went across, just knock his ass out. I don't want.
Please.
I don't want to pull
Enough.
it.
Only 4 earned runs and 1 complete inning pitched.
He has been phenomenal on
Absolutely.
the season.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And he just didn't have it last
Now,
night.
every once in a while, I think you have an off game. And before I turn it over to Brett, because Brett's got some fabulous
Okay.
questions for us. What was, and I just want to say something about Brian Finneran. I sat in your seats, your family seats. For all I know, I was next to a loved one of yours. But the last game that you ever played was against the Green Bay Packers at the Georgia Dome playoff game.
Yep, 2010.
And the DJ that hosted,
Actually, it would have been January of 11. Yep.
you remember it well, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
January of 11. And I was sitting with a guy called DJ Dan because he had hosted all your kids' parties.
That's right. So DJ Dan had an inn over at Sugarloaf where I live up in Duluth in the country club, and he would do all the parties at the pool, and they had 4th of July party and Memorial Day. And then we got to talking to him and knowing him from being up there and invited him over to our place to do a couple of kids' events. And so, yeah, absolutely got to know. I think he did my daughter's
He did.
Sweet 16 or something, maybe.
He had an inflatable screen, and I think y'all showed a movie. I think you put The Shining on for her.
I don't think that was it. So with my highlights on there, that was what we did.
Tonight, we watched Daddy's highlights. Happy birthday,
You're
honey.
like, again, Dad? Why?
On a 20-foot inflatable screen in my backyard. No, I was sitting with him, and he invited me, and I said, "These are Finneran's tickets? Wow." And I had not met Brian yet. And when I didn't meet Brian until radio, and I would like to say, I think it's kind of like love at first sight with us.
Yeah. I mean, I had my stretchy football pants on, so you know I look pretty good. I'm sure you like that.
I did.
And then I didn't know what the...
What'd that bitch say?
He's a fine piece of ass, don't you?
Oh, God.
So, yeah, I heard you were going to be there, and I obviously knew of you from the radio and
Yeah.
the regular guys and everything you guys were killing back then. So, and then to get to meet you yourself was kind of a treat. I didn't even know what to expect, hearing all the stories and the whatever, rumors and being around you and everything else that was
They're
going
not
on.
rumors.
Exactly.
I wish they were rumors, but
Right.
they're not.
Yeah.
That's
Nobody ever
what's-
said you were a bad guy, which is good.
Yeah.
Never heard that about you.
Not a bad dude.
No.
Just a little bit of a slayer.
A little wild.
Little wild. Took part in probably a lot of crazy things I probably shouldn't have. You know, I'm not going to lie that I haven't been in a limo with a certain athlete watching a girl, spin the bottle, and
Dang.
and mess with us.
All right.
Am I creepy?
That
was a little. That was a little creepy. At this point, I want to ask all Finneran's kids to tune out. No, I'm
Thank
kidding.
you.
No, I'll keep this good.
Earmuffs.
Earmuffs. But no, I just want to tell you that, the same thing. But watching you play, when you look at football, we were talking about the bad day. Was there ever a bad Atlanta Falcon football game where you just went in? Because it can happen, regardless
Sure.
of how great you are. I know in the backyard, if I'm playing kitch with you, or Brett's watching us on the deck shirtless while the men are playing, you're going to catch some incredible balls. You're going to one-hand it.
Catch?
Catch.
All right.
What'd I say?
Kitch.
Yeah, he was saying it weird, yeah.
All right.
Ketchup?
Hey, Maynard, why don't you shut the hell up?
I'm just trying to
Maynard, why don't
join
you help?
in.
Don't you have some kind of little voice thing over there where you can make it sound like catch when I screw up?
That's such a southern. It was catch.
Catch? I'm Southern.
No, that's good. I just
know.
thought I'd point it out because we're here.
How are you not used to that yet?
So
I'm about to say, but what's a bad game for
Kitch?
Finneran?
So,
He's used to the Southern stuff.
yeah.
Dude, he went
that
to
one
high
jumped
school.
out at me.
He went to college in Virginia.
Nope.
He went to Villanova.
Thank
I'm
you.
kidding.
He's got the right information.
I know that I've seen you wear your shirt.
That's right. All right. So a bad day for me was my very first game as a Philadelphia Eagle. Actually, it was late in the game, about a minute and a half left. Doug Peterson, who's the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles right now, was my quarterback at the time. And Donovan McNabb was our first-round draft pick that year. I was a rookie. Donovan was a rookie. And Andy Reid was our head coach. He was a rookie head coach as well. So late in the game, I'm on the backside of the receiver set. It's like I'm by myself and three receivers on the other side. We called a sluggo. So I ran a slant and go, which is just a sluggo. And Doug put a pretty good ball on me, just a step behind, and I killed the corner. And I reached back and tried to catch the ball. It hit my arm. The DB caught up, punched it in the air. The safety came over, intercepted it, ran it back down the field. They kicked the game-winning field goal and won the game. So I was the GOAT in a big, big way, and not in a good way. And I had to answer questions. That was probably my worst moment on a football field. Was my first moment on a football field. It was unfortunate.
So your first moment after Villanova as an NFL player,
Yeah.
you had that happen to you.
I did.
Dude.
It was.
That's worth a wham wham. I
Yeah.
actually, that's tough. So
It was
afterwards, you're Brian Finneran, the brand new rookie.
Yep.
I'll use rookie even though it's more of a baseball term. But you're sitting there and you're like, I've got to answer questions on why I suck.
That's right. That's
and you
right.
don't suck. The ball is
Right.
thrown behind you.
No, just a little. I should have caught it for sure.
Should you?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, but so how did you handle it when somebody said, Brian, I know you're playing for the team now. You want
Yep.
to talk about that play here in the end zone and how it, obviously backfired and you lost the game?
Listen, it's a play I make 99 out of 100 times, and I just couldn't pull it in. And DB made a good play, and I let the team down.
Does
So.
the crowd bother you?
The crowd never bothered me.
Never? Because I wonder if it makes you nervous because at practice, I know you can do some crazy, incredible things, but once you get in there, do you just shut the crowd
There's
out?
only one moment I remember hearing the crowd. I had a flea flicker. It was in Atlanta, and I was wide open. I had a little fake crack the safety and go deep. And Michael Vick threw me a perfect ball, and you could hear the crowd just start standing up because they could see it happening too. And
You're
cheering.
like, oh, God.
Yeah, that's what you think about. Oh God,
I got to kiss
and you just try to cradle it and hang on to it for dear life.
It's a baby.
So, but yeah, you see players. NBA is so close to the action in baseball, but for us, we got a pretty good buffer around the benches, and really, unless you run and celebrate by the sidelines, you're not going to be around the fans too much. So I just ignored what went on. That outside noise, it made no sense to me ever to engage in it. And you'll see guys engage in it, and then they could either lose.
Finneran, you suck.
And I just keep playing. That's it.
Finneran, you're hot.
That's it.
not gay, but you turned me gay.
Then I might turn around and look at that guy.
Okay, why not?
Did you have people you could send up, be like, give me that guy's number.
Nah,
Give him a wristband. Let him go backstage.
no,
That's nice.
no.
Hey,
like a Def Leppard show. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. You know when that happened? For real? Not for me. I was married at a very early age.
I was going to say, Finneran's got like a 23-year-old daughter. You've been married a while. Like, you found love early, and then you became this NFL stud where you could have hooked up with a ton of chicks in the hotels.
I know. I didn't. It's okay. It's worked out great for me.
Here's the
To
Finneran.
each his own, yeah.
Here's the Finneran not getting laid.
Thank you.
He's got 4 kids.
He's a hopeless romantic. Right?
You know
right.
what? That's why if he ever got divorced, I would totally let him marry my sister if I had one.
There you go. So where was I going with that?
You're going with the fact it only happened one time that somebody basically gave somebody a backstage
Oh,
pass.
no. Did not. But you
Which
see,
I
during
like.
preseason games, when the guys aren't playing, the studs aren't playing very much, and early in the preseason, they play like one series. They're on the sideline with their hats on, and you keep an eye on those games and see how many guys you can see with their hats on, turning around, checking out the crowd, and see what kind of chicks are up there and everything else. It's pretty entertaining, especially if you're there.
That's good.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Oh, forget about it.
Well, Brett Barney, here's the thing. He is, if I'm Johnny Carson, that's my little Ed McMahon over there. And we were always looking for a third guy. We're sending you out an invitation. You're a guest today, but if you ever wanted to be a part of this show on a permanent basis, we've considered you, and we said, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just letting you know.
We said, yeah, come on. Oh,
We did. We said, yeah, come on. But right now,
terrible jokes.
Brett Barney doesn't know me much better than he knows you, so he's got a couple of rapid-fire questions. He wants to get to know us better.
All right.
Because you're a big name in this city, and I'm right there behind you.
Oh, no, I'd say you're just ahead of me, so don't do that. You've been here a long, long time.
By the way, I'm going to
Yeah, but I didn't play NFL football.
Yeah, but
I talked
still.
on the radio.
I'm going to start out easy.
All right.
So these rapid fires, it's only going to get worse as I later just directly ask you questions.
All right.
If that's cool.
That's fine. I don't know. Some I may decline.
That's fine.
Played the fifth. But yeah, I'm game. Let's play.
You wouldn't hit him, would you?
No, I'm not going to hit anybody.
You want any more liquor?
I'm good right now. Well, go ahead. Go ahead, add a little
I'm just
more.
going to tip you. Once again, Brian Finneran and I enjoying
Thank you.
lovely Woodford.
One of my favorites, Woodford, for sure.
Isn't it great? Yeah, you can drink it straight. Jack Daniels, I still need the Coca-Cola, but I can drink this straight. Go ahead, Brett.
All right. Would you rather bowl a perfect game or hit a hole in one?
Oh, man. That's I got to hit a hole in one. I played golf for quite some time since I got out of college. I started playing golf, and I love being out there on the golf course. And I've never been that close to a hole in one.
What's the closest you've been?
Probably like 2 feet.
That's what, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I do have a double eagle.
Nice.
Wow.
So par 5, 230 yards out, and hit a 3-wood. Just happened to pin was right in the middle of the green between these two bunkers, bounced up and just popped up and disappeared. We go up there and the ball's in the hole. So albatross.
No, that's
nice.
that's
more
beautiful.
rare than the hole in one.
It is for me, definitely hole in one too. I have, matter of fact, 96 Rock when they fired me. You bastards. That was I got fired like January 3rd of 2006. They brought us in early and said, hey, we decided to make a change. We're going to let you and Rhodes go. Southside and Rhodes is off the air in afternoons.
Wow.
Then I showed up 2 weeks later to collect my bonus check. Stupid move on your part. But they had a golf tournament, and I got closest to the hole, and I was an inch away.
Oh, man.
And I got $1,000 in a putter. That was
There you
pretty
go.
cool. Bobby Jones played once. I was 2 inches out, ball straight in line with the hole, and just stopped on the par 3.
Jeez, good for you.
But I've never gotten one, and I'm with Finn. It is elusive. I want it. I'm telling you, screw a perfect game in bowling. Who cares? You're a bunch of fat guys are going to come up to you. Yeah, we can go. Now, give me the hole in
I
one.
think the hole in one.
I almost had a hole in one a few weeks ago. Same as you. I won close to the pin. If I would have sunk it, I would have had a Harley.
Dang.
Nice.
Oh, well.
Didn't
Can you ride a motorcycle?
No.
I'll take it.
So I just turned, 30. I've told you that. My goal this year, my president and myself, I'm going to go take the Harley class, and I'm going to get a bike.
Damn.
But I'm not going to marry someone that's going to make me sell it. So
Hey, can you consider being on the show? Because Brett's going to be dead in a year.
Let me know what happens with that. I did buy my dad a Harley when I signed my first contract with the Falcons about 3 or 4 years into my career. I know he rode a motorcycle from Boston to California when he just got out of college.
That's badass.
And that's where he met with a buddy of his, a
Ass made
Honda
of
Shadow,
steel.
I think. And he never had one since. So we all the kids and everything, and my mom wouldn't let him. So I ended up going down to the auction downtown here in Atlanta. There was this beautiful Fat Boy that was used in this Camp of the June, I think it was, Marine Base parade. Had like 200 miles on it, and got a pretty good deal. Shipped it out there, and
That's what I rode. I had two Fat Boys I had Fat Boy for about 20 years, and what a great bike. You bought your father a Fat Boy.
I did. It was pretty sweet.
God, that's awesome.
all right, which do you have and which do you prefer, Innie or Audi?
Come on, belly button.
Belly buttons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you, I'm gonna get to know you
I
guys.
expect that, yeah.
Listen, Innie is the only. I mean,
Yeah, you got to
Audis
be an
look
innie.
weird.
Innie.
Kelly Ripa has an Audi. She's hot when she has more clothes on.
No, Kelly Ripa looks like a little boy. I mean, she's got great hair
More,
and good
more
feet.
Tiny.
clothes, the
Tiny.
hotter.
Too tiny. We would break her, and I
is.
don't like the belly button Audi. No.
Some of them do look okay if you got a really fit stomach, but for the most part, I need an innie.
It's got to go in.
Yeah. Hey
I
now.
want to know you
Hey
can
now.
pierce it if you want.
Do you own a gun?
I do own a few guns, yes.
Oh, you got to name them off. I got to hear.
So I got a rifle. I got a
kind?
little Remington.
Which one?
700. Yeah.
30-06?
Yep.
I got the same one.
Okay, and then
Of course you do, you redneck.
I
I
got
know.
like 6.
I bought a 20 gauge shotgun, a Beretta,
Oh,
years
20
ago.
gauge?
Yep, and I have a 12 gauge as well that I got recently.
Big boy.
Yeah, so those are the guns I have. I met a guy in Hawaii of all places that was a long drive champion. His name is Brian Nash. It's on the Pinnacle long drive team. And it was an NFL event out there, and he was just out there doing his thing, and we started hitting it off, and he's from Macon.
Oh, cool.
So we exchanged information and started talking to each other and hanging out. And I go down to Macon one time outside his farm with his bird dogs running around, and he just, you want to learn how to shoot? I was like, yeah. So gives me the gun, starts throwing the skeet up in the air,
Yes.
and just start taking them out. And then
Were you playing ball then?
Yeah, absolutely. Still playing ball.
Or
Yeah.
are you allowed to shoot guns? Did
Yeah,
you have certain
yes.
things in your contract? Finn, don't get on a 3-wheeler. Don't get on a 4-wheeler. Don't shoot weapons.
No, don't shoot weapons. If you're smart about it, you're not going to hurt yourself,
Just making sure.
right?
Plaxico Burress?
no motorcycle.
Come on.
Don't
I
go
don't
with
have
Dick
one in my
Cheney.
sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not carrying a gun in my sweatpants
your
into a
pants.
club. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was more like
Yo, man, it just went off.
no skiing, no motorcycles, and I just try to avoid any.
You couldn't ski? See, I love to snow ski. I want you and I to snow ski together.
Dude, can I tell you, the last 2 years, I hadn't skied in 24 years, and finally,
Because you grew up doing it.
I grew up doing it in Southern California. My parents would drive 4 or 5 hours to Mammoth, or 8 to 10 to Tahoe, and we go every year for like 8 or 9 years growing up.
I
And was
skied
like 5.
Tahoe. That's fabulous out
It's
there.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I hadn't been in 24 years since I started high school, because that's when we started getting serious about sports. And we took the kids to Beach Mountain 2 years ago, and it was like riding a bike. I just right back up on the skis, just cruising down the mountain. It was so peaceful and fun for the whole family.
That's awesome.
And I was like, next year for Christmas present, we're going to go do a ski trip. And we did. So we just got back. We did late spring skiing in Park City, Utah.
Love Utah. Utah, I don't like the drinking laws because, like,
Oh my God.
the first 50.
You like the marriage
The
laws?
Mormons, yeah.
Yeah, the marriage laws. Utah,
You could deal with.
you're tripping. But yeah, the first 10 years I went up to Salt Lake City and loved it. And then I got turned on to Colorado and Jackson Gap, another hot spot. But I got tired of Utah just for that reason. The snow's great, but I'm just like, damn it. I like Alta. Nobody's snowboarding in your family, right? Everybody's skiing.
Every boy is snowboarding. My son Connor, 24, Keenan and Cullen, 15 and 17. They all snowboarded. We did teach him how to ski, though.
What about the little one? How is he?
He's
how old?
15.
That kid's 15
Cullen,
now?
yeah. He looks like he's 10.
He
just
does.
got his
He's a
driver
little,
from it.
he's a little dude, man. He's a good-looking dude, too.
He is a good-looking kid.
He is. This guy is going to kill it. What else you got?
Wait, do you own guns?
Yes. Of course I do.
Okay.
You know why I bought a gun? Because I moved to Kennesaw. The first house I built was in Kennesaw, and they said it was a rule you had to get a gun. I hadn't owned one.
You got a pistol?
I've got a pistol. I used to shoot skeet a lot, but I never owned a weapon. So my first gun was a 7-shot 357 Smith & Wesson.
Damn.
So I got a big gun.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, yo, and I like to shoot that thing. You can see the
Seems
fire.
excessive, but that's fine.
It is excessive. I need like a 9mm,
Yeah, that would be
but I
cool.
have a 357
Hand
Smith & Wesson.
cannon. Yeah.
So look, dudes, when you break in my house, I'm gonna shoot through you. It's gonna go through my house and kill my neighbor too. Everybody's dying.
Everybody's
Everybody.
dead.
A lot of collateral damage.
A lot of dead people. It'll even kill a dog in the third house down. But no, and then I bought a 12 gauge. I own a 12 gauge. You got to have that
Why did you put your nose up at my 20 gauge? What was that
because
about?
it's kind of a
20?
puss
Yeah,
gun.
it's a pussy gun.
It is a puss gun, but it's
It's
good.
a female gun.
Hold on, but it's
Wow.
good. It's good for shooting skeet. I would rather shoot skeet with a 20 gauge than a 12 because you're shooting all day and it wears out your shoulder.
It's actually better for shooting pheasant because it's easier to swing. In my
You're a
mind.
pheasant killer.
Getting real
It's
tasty.
a great gun,
Hey,
though.
Finn?
I'm not going to knock it. It's a Beretta.
Hey Brian, that gun you bought, it's good for killing pheasant.
If you want to swing,
Yeah.
if you want to swing
dove
one
hunting,
quick,
pheasant
dove,
hunting.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what
not
I'm doing
bad.
with it.
Hey, maybe he
What's
does
the problem?
shoot doves. I heard he shows up at weddings.
Quail hunting?
Yeah.
That's why I started. Quail hunting. This guy in my 20 gauge.
I know he laughed at your
Unbelievable.
20.
Plus, I got young kids at the time that I knew could handle it as well. So, suck it.
I actually don't have any kids, so
Suck.
I am. Okay, I'm not going to say.
Keep going. What's your other questions? Now that you've upset our guest.
Oh, I haven't even gotten there yet.
Jeez.
Where do you think the worst place is for food poisoning to strike?
Oh, I had it in the worst place. This is an unbelievable story. So I was asked to go down to, I was playing at the time, and the kids, I was asked to go down, and the Rockettes were performing at the Fox Theater, and it was Christmas time.
What are you trying to do? Make sure your boys are heterosexual?
And it was Christmas time. I'll talk to you real quick. And it was Christmas
We're
time.
friends again.
And
Sorry.
they asked me to come out on stage before, sit in the big Santa chair and read "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" before the Rockettes came out. Okay? So I'm like, cool. We'll take the boys to dinner. They were young at the time, all the kids. And we went to Hibachi. And let's just say we drove from Duluth, where we had Hibachi, down to, and this was before they redid all the stuff down there where 14th Street and 17th Street and 10th Street kind of goes off the side of the road.
Right.
Where they had there was a Subway and a couple of those stores and a burger joint maybe right there off the side.
No Atlantic Station.
No Atlantic
No,
Station.
no,
at
I
the
remember
time.
there used to be the steel mill was there at the time. I know exactly what you're talking about.
So when I tell you, my stomach almost fell right out of my ass in the car, and I knew I was going on stage to read this book.
Just that gurgling feeling. That's
It
horrible.
was
That's horrible.
unbelievable. I pulled over and I said, I got to stop and figure something out because this is as bad as I've ever felt anything in my life.
Oh my God.
I go in and I go in the first place. The bathroom door is like right next to where everybody's in line to order food. So I'm not going to go in there.
Can't do that.
So I go around the corner. There's a Subway right there. I mean, right off 85, 75.
There was a strip mall right
Yes,
there. You pulled right
exactly.
in the strip mall because there was pizza there as well.
Yep.
I know exactly where you were at. So you walked in there knowing you were about to blow up some porcelain.
Unbelievable situation.
Oh, man.
Thank God the Subway, think there was a Subway spot. The door opened up to a giant hallway, and at the very end of the hallway was the men's restroom. I go in there, and I try to open up the stall,
No.
and it's locked. And it's locked.
No!
I'm so hurt.
I got to go!
And everything is just pinching together, and I'm trying not to let anything happen. And I look under the stall, and there's no feet. Right?
Maybe I lift my feet sometimes so people don't recognize me.
Well, I'm tall enough to peek over and see what the hell's going on in there, and I'm in a dire situation. So I look over the top, and nobody's in there.
So
But
you're
the
like-
door's locked.
So what are you doing?
So
Crawl
I'm
under?
like, I thought about crawling under, but
Army crawl?
I did not army crawl.
Oh, no,
There
you-
was a trash can. There's one of those tall trash cans, and I was, again, tall enough to look over. I take the trash can over the side, slip the lock open, going, and then was able to relieve
That's pretty
myself.
awesome. That's like a MacGyver
It
move.
was the last thing I wanted to do was army crawl in that godforsaken bathroom.
No, so you blew it up, right? So it didn't come out from your mouth. It
No.
came out from your rear.
Full on diarrhea.
All right, full on diarrhea. So after you blow it up, now you're headed to the Fox to
Right.
sing
And I'm
"Twas the
still
Night,"
not 100%.
or not sing, but sorry, read.
Yeah, reading.
Read "Twas the
First
Night."
like page or two of "'Twas the Night Before Christmas."
Did that feel weird to get out there and
Yeah, 4,000 people staring at me when I got the Rias. It was not good, dude.
Hi, I'm Brian Finneran, and I will now read to you. And I need to. I think I need to shoot.
"'Twas the night before."
Was a shitty night before Christmas.
It was. I was terrified. Not because of the crowd, because I was going to have an issue in my pants.
Yeah, what was your question?
Where's the worst place for food poisoning to strike?
Food poisoning.
On the stage in Fox Theater.
I would say that Brian wins that. My
Yeah.
only toppers. I was driving down. There's two. I blew up John Wayne Airport, their bathroom.
West Side. That's where I'm flying out of. That's where I grew up 20 minutes from
All
John
right,
Wayne.
Then I'll hit that story. So I'm at John Wayne Airport, and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta go. And I'm with this girl that's really hot. She was a calendar girl, but she's like she's a bitch. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. She was not nice, and I was with her just for the sex. So her personality would kind of just get me upset. And she's sitting there looking hot as she can be, and I'm like, just shut up for a second. My stomach's killing me. So I go into the bathroom. We got to get to our flight. We're running a little late. And I get in the bathroom, and it was green, and it went everywhere. I mean, I think I sat down in time. I like to lay toilet paper down and put the seat down. I don't like to sit. I'm that guy.
Sometimes you don't have a chance to pull that off.
I couldn't pull it off.
Oh.
And I saw that there was like some sloppy man on the onesie that had come in before me. So I did the one wrist and just my palm of my hand to support my body. And it came out of me, not down, but out. And it hit the wall.
It's taking a terrible turn.
And it hit everything. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my God. And then I look and I'm wearing khakis. and it's on my khakis.
No.
And I'm like, all my clothes. And I'm not a guy that does the carry on. I'm a nice person. I don't cram my bag into an overhead. So I put it in the belly of the plane like you're supposed to and carry on a backpack. I don't have any clothes.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, what am I going to do? So I get out and I lay my pants out. So I'm standing there in my underwear. I couldn't clean up that. People are coming in. They realize it's me. I'm in my underwear and I'm taking toilet paper and I'm wiping the green out of my pants. And then I'm using the hand dryer to hold my pants up. And every time the door opens, my girlfriend's out there, Steve! I'm like, just shut up. You don't know what's happened in here. And I couldn't go out to tell her because I'm in my underwear.
I'd venture to say a lot of people have a story similar that just don't even want to talk about it.
But I got no problem.
Those are bad situations.
Yeah, what else you got?
Trust me, I've got one very similar. Ended up taking a crap in somebody's yard.
I did that off Northside Drive.
Smokey back here taking a shit.
That's pretty much, dude. I did it in Piedmont Park.
In the park.
Oh my!
The very first house out of the park.
What did you use to wipe with?
I put my pants right back on.
Oh, nasty.
And
You're
dealt
nasty.
with it. It's a long story. It's funny.
Too
but
much poop talk.
It's bad. Yeah.
By the way, remind me another time to tell you about being on the golf course and using everything I own because I kept going into the woods at the as we were teeing off. I left the golf course, swear to you, wearing golf shoes, no socks, no underwear, just my shorts, and that's it. I was shirtless. I'd used my shirt. I'd used everything. I left like a redneck walking off with shorts and golf shoes.
Filthy.
I think we have a field recording of you in that bathroom.
Oh.
Let me tell you.
Awful.
I invented
Classic Dumb and Dumber.
I invented a term, and Brian, feel free to use it. It's called the sour cannonball, and that's what it was. It came out like a cannonball. Mine was over in a split second. It was like, vroom, and there was nothing. It was done. Done.
He's about to walk out of here.
Sorry, don't leave.
No, it's not going
I'm
anywhere.
totally kidding.
He's an
Okay.
athlete. You've done worse.
I have.
Here, we'll keep it going then. So these are actually the ones I directed more towards you. I wanted to know if the Atlanta free agent myth is a real thing. You know, the myth where great free agents never want to come to Atlanta because we're so well known for our women and our strip clubs that all their side pieces live here in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. So they don't want to bring their family here and mix the side piece with...
So I have heard this, and there may be some truth to it if you see what's going on. It's mainly, in my opinion, the NBA, because the NBA has...
Oh, really?
Yes, the NBA has big-time overnight trips where you're on the road in the same city for a couple of nights or whatever it is, and you go out and you meet different people, or you go to a strip club or do whatever you do. So in the NBA free agency realm, I've heard that is just about as true as it gets. I haven't really heard or seen it play an effect as far as the NFL is concerned or Major League Baseball. And it may just be the demographic, where they're hanging out, type of women they want to go see or whatever.
Think about baseball, though, and I don't know. This is definitely a Finn question because he's lived it and done it. I know I get the basketball for sure, and I get the mentality of most basketball players. Yeah, they're going to have some chicks, but I think baseball players too because they do 2 and 3 games.
2 and 3 games. Braves are on a 10-game road trip
right now, and I
but
have
not all in one city.
And we can't mention names, but I have friends. I have had a friend that had a girlfriend, 2 girlfriends, literally in seats in the family section, and a wife there, and freaking out.
That's crazy.
That's just stupid.
Scandalous.
It's stupid. But that's just it's what goes on, and it's tough. And Brian, you can answer this. I don't know about the NFL, but with baseball, I've gone on the road with a couple of guys, John Rocker being one. The other guy I probably can't mention, but he was a pitcher. And we just, I'd go on the road. They're friends. So I'd just go and see them. Why not go to Colorado or whatever? And I'd bring a date or whoever. But they walk in the lobby, and those chicks are waiting on them.
Yeah, it's different.
Just waiting on them.
It's different. It really is. In football, we literally fly in
It's
on a
different,
Saturday evening. Mm-hmm. We can get there anywhere between 4 and 6. We check into our hotel. We can go to dinner with our buddies. You could meet somebody there if you wanted to for a couple hours, which I'm certain happened from certain guys across the league. But for the most part, by 7:30, by 8 o'clock, you have a special teams meeting, then a team meeting, and then break out in offense and defense. By 10:30, you're out of meetings, grabbing team snack, and curfew's at 11.
So you're
And you're on the plane right after the game.
I would say the NFL keeps it clean.
Yeah.
For that very reason. I think you're right. You don't have that kind of pressure.
We didn't have the time, which is great.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the temptation as well.
Yeah, keeps you out of trouble. Yeah.
Big time.
Well
Big
done,
time.
Maynard. You know what, Maynard? We've talked about it. Don't put yourself in the situation, right?
There you
Maynard?
go.
There you go,
That's
Maynard.
exactly right.
I want to give Tyler Maynard definite credit. He is our off-air producer. Occasionally, we'll put the camera on himself, and tonight he's wearing his Atlanta United shirt because I think you're going to the game. A lot of guys around here going to the game. Soccer's kicking ass. I mean, you have to admit. I mean, Falcons. The NFL is number one, and you played in it, brother. It is number one. But soccer's making a.
We were just talking about
run.
that on our radio show, and we're like, is there a brand issue? Because every time you turn around, you see Atlanta United gear and flags flying out of houses and car windows. But Falcons, unless it's game day, you don't see a ton of it, I don't think.
Yeah, I do like this logo, whether I was a fan of the team or not. It's just a cool shirt. But yeah, that might be part of it, I think.
I think all the millennials and people that they've gotten to buy into this situation. But that I grew up playing club soccer, 10 years of it.
Same here, dude.
Yeah.
We got that in common. I had no idea.
Oh, yeah. My mom
Good
didn't let me
God.
play football because she said I was too skinny. I was going to get hurt.
Dude, that's what my family. You know what? I wish I had your parents because I was skinny, way skinny, like
Yeah.
145, 5'11. But I could catch anything that they threw. And my football coach came to our parents' house and goes, "I really want your son to play football and wide receiver." I'd never put on pads. My dad's like, "My son will be broken.
Yeah.
He's tiny,"
He
and he
might-
had me in soccer for that very reason.
Yeah, he might have been right.
What was that nickname you used to have? Was that Stickman they used to call it?
They did.
I'm sorry
'Cause-
to bring it up.
No, you know what, Maynard? You're factual. You're a dick, but you're factual.
All right, I appreciate
But yeah, when your last name's Rickman, I got called Stickman, in
Stickman.
till 10th grade, dude. My arm was this big around.
Yeah.
You know, how thin were you?
By my junior and senior year, I was 6'3", 6'4", $180. So I was thin, but I was fit.
Buck
And
80's fit. What were you in college ball?
$195. I got up to 6'5", $195. And this is my biggest issue coming out of college, trying to play in the NFL. I was too lean.
Who was looking at you in the NFL? What teams were scouting you?
So I didn't get drafted. I didn't get invited to the combine. I went to the Seattle Seahawks as an undrafted free agent, and they cut me after the preseason. That year, I sat out that whole year. You remember the story of Todd Marinovich?
Yeah.
Marvin Todd Marinovich. So he and I started working out with his dad, tried to put some muscle on. Worked for my dad, was in his company called Control Air Conditioning. I worked as a risk manager because I was married with 2 kids at the time. And then I went to Europe, played for the Barcelona Dragons, bounced around, and came back and signed with the Eagles and then the Falcons after that, and then spent 11 years. So it's it's a long, kind of winding road.
You just knew, didn't you?
Are you a journeyman?
No,
do you think
initially
that?
I was a journeyman,
Wow.
but once I got caught on with the Falcons,
Not really anymore.
no, as soon as I got to the Falcons, it was 11 years straight of just playing ball.
So you were with Atlanta how long? 11?
Yep.
And you were with the Eagles just 1 year?
Yeah, just 5 weeks. They cut me 4 weeks after
I knew
that drop.
I knew it wasn't long. I didn't know
Yeah,
it was
yeah, yeah.
5 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
God, another reason to hate Philadelphia.
Exactly.
I hate Philly. Matter of fact, if you're a fan of Philadelphia, I'm
F
sorry.
you.
F you.
Never mind.
God, what a bunch of
How was
a-holes.
Barcelona, though?
It was sick, dude. It was, my brother came out to visit.
Speaking my language, by the way.
Yeah.
What's your language?
The sick, brah.
Sick,
so
bro.
great.
I was about to say, do you know Barcelona?
We literally,
Yeah.
we
Do they have a different language?
we drove, Cantalonian, I think is what it is called.
Cantonese.
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 Catalonian.
Did you hear me?
Cantonese?
Cantonese. I think
that
I'm
what it
right
is?
with that. Cantonese.
That's-
Hello.
What is it? What is it?
It's Catalonia is the region. what they
okay,
used to
so-
call
But
it.
whatever
don't you
the
call the
language
language
I'm getting all
Cantonese?
nerdy here.
I don't think it's Cantonese.
It's
No,
not.
that is an Asian
Yeah,
language.
yeah.
Shoot. I thought I was on to something.
Just a different
That's what she.
version of
That's what she
Spanish.
speaks in Wayne's World. Tia Carrera.
Oh, that's right.
Cantonese. Yes. I knew I got it.
It
Somewhere.
was unbelievable. We were in a little resort town called Sitges, right on the boardwalk. So it was our hotel called Hotel Subur, a little road, a boardwalk, and then the Mediterranean Ocean with a beach right there.
Oh my God.
With 50 football players staying in the hotel. My wife came out and spent 3 months there. My twin brother Brad came and visited for a week.
I didn't know you had a twin.
Identical twin, Brad. You didn't know I had
That's
a
actually
twin?
one of my questions.
Oh my God.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I did not know you.
My question was, what's your brother thinking right now? I wanted to know if he had the twin power.
Oh yeah. He's probably thinking, I wish I didn't have to be here at work right now.
What does your brother?
That's most people.
What does your brother do? I bet, is he built? You're twins. He's built. The
We're
same.
identical.
Like
So
same weight, same height.
I
Everything.
had him by maybe 1/4 of an inch. Our weight was very similar.
Can he not catch?
He had a great career at Villanova, just like I did.
All right.
Not quite as good, but he was always a little better at basketball, and I was always a little better at football.
Who are better athletes, you and your brother, or the Peyton and Eli?
Oh no, Brad and I are better athletes than Peyton and Eli. We're better athletes.
Gauntlet laid down.
Let me tell you.
There's no question about it.
You heard that on the Yeah Come On show. Yeah. That just happened. Peyton, Eli, hope you're listening.
Yeah. So is he in an airport somewhere, like signing autographs for you right now?
It's funny you say that. He came to visit and be at a few games.
Really?
When I was playing, and would come out, and it'd be a Saturday night before the Sunday game, and he'd hang out with some of my buddies that were in town and be down in Buckhead and got his cigarette in his mouth and drinking beer, and people come up to him and like, Finn, what are you doing, dude? You got a game tomorrow? He's like, oh, I'm not him. I'm his brother. He's like, yeah, right. Here, sign this. Come on. Up? He literally had to pull his ID out of his wallet and show people that it was not me.
I'm his brother.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
So God knows what happened in Saturday nights in Buckhead when I was getting ready
Do
at
you
the
know
hotel.
there had to have been rumors? I saw him out, man. Finneran played bad today because I saw him out drinking. He was smoking cigarettes. At least he wasn't a heroin addict, because then everybody think you were on heroin.
That's right. No, he was very well behaved for the
All
most
right,
part.
good.
What about at the game? Was he in the stands? Like
In the
somebody's
stands.
probably doing double takes. Like, this guy's on the field. Wait, what the hell?
We had a preseason game he was at, and Jamal Anderson, our old running back, wasn't really playing much of the preseason game, and I was all suited up on the sideline, and Brad showed up at the game with my wife and the kids with my jersey on and sat in the stands in the first row where Steve sat years and years ago.
Yeah, front row.
And Jamal's looking back, and he sees me, what he thinks is me in the stands with my own jersey on, sitting there next to my wife, and then he's looking over at me, and first he goes and asks one of the trainers if Finneran got hurt. The media guys actually walked in with Brad through the family section.
That's awesome.
And they're like, what's wrong with Finneran? We didn't get an update on the injury list. What's going on? So it happened a few times with him, the people confusing him for me.
Dude, that is identical. That is awesome. I mean, all the way, there's nothing. What is the one thing that's different in the two of you that we notice?
His face is a little fuller.
Is
that what you're asking me? Yeah.
Is it the jump?
No. I'm not. No, I don't think it is. We're both very similar.
Wait, which one are you? Drop your pants. Hold on.
That's right. Let me see. Who am I?
I mean, do y'all ever?
Who's got the mole?
I don't know which one to shoot. Drop your pants. The evil twin.
Oh my God, he's got a fuller face and
All right, fuller face.
2 dots that he picked like chicken pox on his nose when he was little. So 2 spots.
You can't pick those. I got one on my forehead. When mom tells you, all you kids out there, when mother tells you don't pick them, don't. Do you know what she did to me? I got to bring this up because I got tortured. I kept picking my face, and I got a scar on my forehead, and that's really the worst one. And she's like, Lewis, he keeps picking himself. What do we do? And my dad's like, just tie him down. They took me into the room. I mean, I was conscious. I knew what they were doing. Laid me in my bed and used a jump rope and tied me down where I could not itch myself to sleep. I mean, I could move my hands a little bit. It wasn't total torture, but I was tied down with a jump rope so I would not scar myself while I slept.
Me, my twin, and my little brother Baron all had chickenpox at the same time.
Worst.
We used to line up in our underwear, and my mom would put some kind of anti-itch cream.
Calamine.
Yeah, I think that was it. Did everybody here have chickenpox?
Yep.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I
I got that scar right
You
here.
got it too? Because you picked it. You're not supposed to pick it.
Just got a crater in my head.
Well, this is great. I did not know. And for those that don't know, we did a Final Four thing where I did it with friends when I was on the regular guys. And, it was their idea to do it. But I kind of weeded it down. I had categories of athlete friends, band friends, all these, just family friends. And Finneran, in my Final Four, came down to the final 2.
It was
my
crazy.
bestest-
I had a good seed and a good bracket, I think is what happened.
No, dude, you were like my dude, and it came down between you and Jesse James Dupree. And at the time, it was tough. It was tough. And I went with
It was a little uncomfortable when I finally met Jesse James.
Yeah, because we had the
studio.
ponytails, so I kind of leaned the long hair because you refuse, and you refuse to grow your hair out.
I do refuse. You're exactly right. Listen, you knew him longer. You're probably a little bit tighter, but you got to do it again at some point. That was fun.
I was. You're my number 2.
Thank you.
I don't know what it's like being number 2, but I'm just telling you how
Gotcha.
close we are, Brett.
Thank you.
I just want you to know.
Have you ever thought about growing the ponytail just to?
Never, not one
One
time.
up him?
My hair's
Why?
long right now. We need to go get a haircut.
You can do it. That's the thing. You're an athlete that made great money, and I got to tell you, as a broadcaster, what you're doing on 680. Where do you see? Not to derail your fine
Right.
questions, but where do you see your career? What are your aspirations? If we
It's a
could
great
ask.
question. I love watching NFL football, calling games. I haven't had a chance to call them. I say calling games like I'm sitting there watching the game and find myself saying stuff like the color
should.
analyst would say.
It's great
"How's it
practice.
going?" I've had a chance to do a couple NBA NCAA football games. And I did call the Villanova national title game back in 2016 for True TV when they did their team stream.
Wow, that's
How'd
huge.
that turn out?
Sick.
That is huge.
Championship. Chris Jenkins hit a shot right in front of me as I'm sitting there. It's me, the guy I'm working with, my computer screen, the court, and then Jenkins is right there knocking down the three. It was the sickest moment of my sporting life. Unfortunately, I wasn't involved in it, but it was so great. It was like you just have this feeling of euphoria, and it just runs through your whole body that your alma mater, Villanova, won the title back in 2016.
I totally remember that.
That was it.
And with the Falcons and everything, like your shot, and I hate it that your last game was a game that I was sitting in your seats. Great seats, though.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I missed that. Green Bay Packers and everything. That had to have been tough. Did you know you were at the end of your career at that point?
I knew I was creeping up on it. I had played 12. That was my 12th year in the NFL. The average for anybody was like 3.5 or 4. So I long outlasted anybody that may have thought I was going to play. Plus, I had already had 2 knee surgeries and missed 2 full seasons on injured reserve. So I thought I could play one more year after that year, but the Falcons came to me and met with Thomas Dimitroff and Mike Smith at the time, and they said they were not going to bring me back. My contract was up, but I thought I might get one more year out of them, which was fine. It's probably better off I didn't, so I didn't get any more concussions or broken bones.
How many concussions?
I had a good 5-6 bad ones where you're knocked out. I had one in Barcelona where I was way out. A lot of mine were on special teams. Played a lot of special teams, punt block, punt return, punt protection, and then kickoff coverage as well, where you just kind of throw your body around and hit into people. And then I had another probably 15 where you just kind of shake it off and stay in the game. One of the last hits I ever took, the safety for Green Bay in that playoff game, Tony Gonzalez had hurt his ankle, so I got some serious action in the tight end kind of.
About to say, you did get a lot of play. I remember.
I had 5 for like 70 or 5 for 90, 5 catches in that game. So I ran a seam route, and as soon as I caught the ball, here comes Charlie Pepper as a safety for them. I mean, he hit me. There's a great picture where like he just swallows my body, and my face is like, and a boom, a hit, tackle, go to the ground. He hit me so hard, I couldn't see out of my left eye for like 10 seconds. So I didn't stay down. I just got up because it didn't really hurt, but I was just really confused for a second. Ran off the field, and those are ones if you can shake it off, you don't tell anybody about because you're a dumb football player.
I'm about to say, you just don't say anything, do you?
Right, and then you get back in the game a couple plays later.
God.
But it's so much better now. The awareness and the stuff they're doing now for concussions because of the issues people are having.
You're like, I can't see. I can't see.
I'm like, my eye! It's like, I think I'm okay. Wait, yep, it's coming back.
No,
Yep,
I'm starting to see again. I
think I'm good. It's awesome. I think I'm good.
What else? You got anything else?
Oh, yeah, dude, I can hammer away. All right, let's get into
Don't
these.
get too personal. I know that you've got something.
No,
Go ahead and push to your edgiest couple of questions. I want
right.
to see how Finneran handles.
How's this beer, by the way?
And again, Brian Finneran here on the Yet Come On show. We're here live at Oxygen Financial. Ted Jenkins, special thanks to him for sponsoring our show. He is our first and only sponsor at this point in time. Looking forward to the Falcons possibly sponsoring us.
Nice job, Ted.
Yeah, maybe 680. I don't know who's going to come next. I don't know if it's going to be Woodford Reserve. Somebody's going to sponsor this thing. And when you do, it's going to be huge. We're going to be big, right, Brett?
Yes, sir. That's the game plan.
Yeah. And Brian Finneran is the only person you're ever going to see as a guest that I say if you want a permanent seat, you can have
I
it.
appreciate that. Thank you.
You can think about it. I mean, I don't want to tear down your wonderful career.
Right. I don't think you would. Let's
don't?
just see how it goes. It's the kind of response we get.
All right, because Brett, we'll see. Because Brett cusses every once in a while.
That's all right.
He takes us down the
I
F.
literally
gotta
have
be
no
edgy.
problem with you cussing at all.
Well, what
Cuss.
the
We're
hell?
Irish Catholic home now and when I grew up, so
I'm Irish Catholic too.
it's unbelievable.
And then there's Brett. You're
Roman.
You're Roman?
Yeah, Roman Catholic.
That's why your skin's brown. That's cool.
Hey, all right. Which do you prefer more? The strip clubs in Atlanta or the nude beaches in Barcelona?
The nude beaches in Barcelona. I have come and gone through this strip club deal, and
You have
it was
any
kind
favorites?
No, it was fine. Guys would come in town. The Pony's fine. Dirty-O.
I worked at the Pony for
Yeah.
19
Yes.
years.
Yes.
Just did a lot of promotions there. It was like
Right.
home.
There you go. Shout
That's
out
it.
to the Pony.
To the Pony. What's up, Pinky?
But it just became like a deal where friends or buddies would come in town
And they
you're
wanna
in
go,
Atlanta and
yeah.
they want to go, so you went. But I haven't been in a long time, and I don't really. And the fact that they take everything off, I don't need to see all that action.
Oh, I do.
Feeling X-rated.
Thank you.
Go
You
to
do
a
not.
city where they don't take everything off,
So
and then
you-
you'll want to come back to
No,
a city where they do.
I don't.
You
think
like
so.
the topless bars?
Yeah,
How about wouldn't it be great if somebody just didn't take
I
off
just
the
don't need
tops,
to see all that.
they just took off the bottom?
No, that would be awful. That'd be awful.
Bottomless?
That'd be the dumbest thing ever.
Hey, welcome.
They wear half of nothing down there anyway.
Welcome to tops. That's all we wear.
That's funny. That'd be terrible. That would be absolutely terrible.
All right, yeah.
Oh my God. So topless beach, absolutely. The beach in front of us was topless when we lived in Sitges for 3 months.
With 50 other football players?
It was crazy. So it was this beautiful blonde chick that was always there.
What was the name of the team again you were on?
The Barcelona Dragons.
Nice.
And there's this good-looking blonde, and my son Connor was 3.5 at the time maybe. So she would make it a point to walk by all the football players just about every other day, and she'd walk over to the ice cream stand down the other way. And every time she walked by, I'd grab Connor, and he'd say, "You want to go get some ice cream, buddy?" And we follow her down.
You used your kid to go gawk at a woman.
Hell yeah,
I love
you did.
it. I love
It
it.
was classic.
That's what you do as a daddy, Maynard.
Damn right. Use it as an excuse.
I'll tell you, man. Women eyeball you when you got a small, cute kid. I
Or a
get,
puppy.
I get
It's
more.
like a puppy
I mean,
times
come
10.
on.
Yeah, it's more responsibility, so they like you.
Yeah, honey, if you're gonna leave me, do it now while I got Brooks young.
That's funny.
But don't
Inappropriate,
leave
but
me.
funny,
I don't want you to.
No, don't do
If
that.
you were going to.
So you've said this already. You've been in a bunch of different locker rooms: Seahawks, Eagles, Barcelona, Falcons.
Who's got the biggest penis?
I was actually
I thought that's where he's going with it.
No, you
I
can't
thought
do
it was
that.
where
You
he's
can't
going
do
to.
that.
You
No.
can't do that, Brett. You perv.
no. I wrote down, what kind of guy are you in the locker room? Are you a towel around the waist or a towel around the neck kind of guy?
Oh yeah, I'm towel around the waist.
You know why?
because his
he's-
brother's a towel around the neck guy. We got it.
No.
Yeah, you don't want to confuse them.
All right, let's
Yeah,
not
that's
talk
right.
about the other identical twin. No, I think honestly, even if you were hanging to your kneecap or if you're just sitting on the Christmas sack, either way, I think you're a classy guy.
Oh, thank you.
Unless
Thank
you have an AARP
We'll go with
card.
that. Different guys, different strokes for different folks. But yeah, for the most part, if you're well endowed, you didn't have a problem. Just kind of, some guys would do an interview with somebody and just blatantly just let that thing flop out for some reason.
Good job.
I've seen it.
Inappropriate.
Dude, and it's funny.
He
Matter
ain't
of
gonna
fact,
keep his pants zipped, please.
no way. No way. I will tell you, I won't go football because I've never been in the Falcons locker room, but I used to go in the Braves locker room a lot, and it was weird. The two catchers at the time both had the biggest and the smallest.
Really?
Had the biggest and the smallest.
You took the fact that it doesn't matter. I just
Every guy
sometimes-
looks.
You just
No.
notice. You just notice. Yeah.
One catcher was tiny, and the other one was like, "Hi, what's up?" And I'm like, "Damn, isn't that weird?"
Yes.
And it's not that you're looking, but you glance.
Right.
You're a glancer.
Right.
You're like, what the? I'm going to drink again just because I'm getting weird. Go ahead. Anything else?
Yeah, I mean, this is actually more football related, which I try to avoid on some of these.
Sure.
If you played now, since you can't dunk through the uprights, what would your go-to celebration be for a touchdown?
Did he just say I can't dunk?
no.
Oh, you're not
It's-
allowed to.
You're not allowed to dunk through
Actually,
the uprights anymore.
he can dunk.
I'll bring that next question up. I've got that one ready.
All right,
to
let's go. What would your celebration be? A Brian Finneran playing
So I'm
in
a
the
big
NFL?
fan of just a Gronk type of spike. I was always a big fan. One of my most embarrassing football moments, however, was scoring a touchdown late in my career and trying to spike it and the ball slipping right out of my fingertips. Like you hold it up here and you go to spike it, and before it just starts falling out of your hand, your arm keeps coming down and you spike nothing but air.
But did you make it look cool? Like a recovery would have been, ha ha.
No. Michael Jenkins, Roddy White, Harry Douglas came on top of me and started laughing like a bunch of clowns. It was as embarrassing a moment. So what I did late in my career too, I would just finger roll over the goalpost. And I don't even know if you're allowed to use it anymore.
You can't touch it, right? Is that the
You
rule?
can't touch it. It's
Yeah.
almost like in warm-ups in high school where you're allowed to dunk. You just kind of lay it in.
Right.
So I might see if I can lay it up. Otherwise, I just try to spike the hell out of the ball, see if I can pop it.
You never had a Sharpie down your pants and wanted to sign your name, Brian
Cell phone
Finneran,
under the
and
pad. No, just
throw it.
too much about yourself, those guys.
Hey, Brian Finneran, team player.
Thank you.
That's why we consider you for a show.
So here was my last one that I wrote, and we haven't used the F word today, so should I use it?
Yeah, you should.
You should. Somebody's got to use it because we can.
All right. Fuck, marry, kill. I know, not an original question.
Oh yeah, I like these questions.
You're pretty solid with your hair, so a haircut, a good haircut, the ability to dunk, or catching a touchdown in the NFL.
You're going to F, thrill, or kill that? What?
Fuck, marry, kill, dude, because it's the sensation.
No, shouldn't you give
on
us a
each.
person?
Yeah,
No.
fucking
An individual?
inanimate object.
No, you can do them based off of each.
I don't.
Like, would you rather have a better haircut? Would you never? So you never get a good haircut again.
All right, I
but
would-
you always get a
right,
catch a
that's
touchdown in the
fine.
NFL. and only one time you get to dunk a ball, and that's ever it. Kind of that way. Or you always have a great haircut.
Okay, yeah, because fuck is one time, marry is
forever,
with it,
and that other one's never again.
Okay.
All right, so F the dunking on the goalpost.
Yeah, who cares? I'm
One
with
time I
Brian
can
on
do
that.
that,
No.
Marry the haircut.
Got to have great hair all the time. All the time.
So
and you got to have hair.
You're never going to catch an NFL
Hey, now,
touchdown?
watch it.
Right.
Sorry, it's not your fault.
If I already did, is it
I guess,
retroactive? So I would do that.
That was a bullshit question.
Yeah, I was waiting for a person to jump up, 3 people, and he never brought them to
That
me.
was the dumbest ass question you've
Okay,
ever asked.
He's not
ever.
happy about
Do you want the original? I was going to say...
Do a person.
I was going to say Roddy White, Harry Douglas, or Thomas Dimitroff.
And we're going to marry her.
But I didn't want to put you in trouble.
I'm not going to do that. First off, we all know
I
Brian.
knew that would be the
Fine.
plead the fifth.
Brian's close with
Marry,
Roddy
kill,
White.
F.
Yeah.
Those are all males we're talking about, right?
Yeah, thanks, Brett.
What? It still hasn't done it right.
By the way, we're not homophobes. We're not homophobes, so I don't want to answer this crap.
Steve, there are more episodes for me to get this right. I can just work on this. This is practice makes perfect.
Oh my God.
On air.
All right, why don't we do actors? I would marry
Sylvester Stallone.
I would marry Kevin Costner. I think the best sex would be John Travolta, and I think I'd want to kill.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
No, you know who I want to kill? God, it's bad I say this. What's the one actor from Superbad? Because he's really a jerk in real
Jonah
life.
Hill?
Jonah Hill.
Really?
So that's it.
Not a good guy?
No. He was very mean, and not one but 2 interviews that I had talked to him. Takes himself a little too
It's
serious.
got to be even worse now that he's skinny.
Yeah, I talked to him about Moneyball, and I'm like, all right, you're one of those jerk offs that I don't want to talk to. So yeah, I would marry Kevin Costner, have sex with Travolta, and kill Jonah Hill. What about you?
You want me to stick with the Falcon stuff? Or
Yeah.
no? So I would, and this is not literal, by
killing
any stretch
Joey.
of the imagination.
Am I in
So
trouble
Thomas
saying-
Dimitroff would have to die,
Oh.
right? Just because Roddy White and Harry Douglas were the other
They're
two?
your boys.
Those
They're
are
your
my
boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one are you marrying?
I'm not going to kill anybody, literally, but
No,
yeah.
neither am I.
Mary.
Jonah, you're safe. You
I'd
flamer.
probably marry Harry Douglas. He's got some feminine side to him.
Ho.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, he does, and he's very clean, well kept.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep. Doesn't.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Roddy,
He grooms well. Yeah.
I guess Roddy, your one night stand. He was a
guess it's
he was a
right.
wrestler. Went to UAB. You
Yeah.
know.
But a lot of people don't know Roddy is really your closest friend. Am I right on
Yeah,
the Falcons?
absolutely.
He's like, I would say he's one of your best friends.
Yeah, no doubt about it. One of
Yeah.
my best, one of my favorites.
Yeah, love Roddy. Well, how's he doing? Because I know he got that silly little.
Yeah, he just has these like vehicle violations. You know,
He didn't have his driver's license. It was expired.
It was suspended.
and they
It's
arrested him.
I know.
I'm like, don't arrest Roddy.
He couldn't believe that they arrested him, but he already had a warrant out because he didn't show up in court for another traffic violation.
Roddy, come on.
So
buddy.
he was a bit of a
So
dum
is
dum.
the system.
Is he a sovereign citizen? One of those people that don't believe in like
No, that's not it at all.
registration?
I just think a lot of times you get used to people doing stuff for you, and you forget it's time to do it. And
I don't
take-
believe in your rules. I do me.
I see those videos like I don't contract with your
Look,
government.
and speaking of doing me, the Yeah Come On show,
Yep.
you can go to yeahcomeon.com. That's where you can get your fabulous Yeah Come On koozie, $3 for one, 2 for 5.
Nice.
But I gave them to you guys for free.
Thank you.
I have a Yeah Come On the back because you have short hair. I want people to see it.
Perfect.
And on the front, I think this fits Brian Finneran. I do what I do when I do it.
I like it.
I think that speaks, that's you. I mean,
love it.
because you do you. You do what you do when you do it.
Very nice.
And you can get that at yeahcomeon.com.
YeahComeOn.com.
You know, fabulous clothing, but that is a saying I came up with, and I think it fits you after knowing you. You're a guy, like you said, man. You walked on in Seattle. You like, they're like, the United States told you to kiss their ass, so you had to go to Barcelona.
That's right.
And then you play a little ball, and you bathe in the Mediterranean and have sex. No, you didn't do that. You
My
were married.
wife was there, so I was having.
Yeah, you had sex.
Yeah.
With your wife.
Yep.
Made more kids. And then you come back, and then the horrible Philadelphia Eagles kiss all of our asses.
That's right.
Nobody likes y'all. You know what? I went in the 700 section, and they poured beer on me for wearing a Falcons jacket.
Oh man.
My fat ass.
Thank you. But then the Atlanta Falcons grab you in a 11-year career.
Yep.
What a great career
Unbelievable, man.
in the NFL, and and fabulous to have you on this show. And what we like to do on this show is we like to take a cigarette break.
Okay.
I want to smoke in here.
would
I don't
love
even
to.
smoke cigarettes. You don't either. Brett doesn't.
Nope.
No, but why not smoke a cigarette for a break? So the actual, and I'll go to Maynard, our off-air producer, but you're actually on air, off camera.
Off camera. Yeah.
Maynard, what is the actual time? Give me the average cigarette break time.
According to Google, it says 4 to 5 minutes.
All right, I'm going to give you like 4 or 5 minutes, but I just want to know, what would you like to talk about? This is your cigarette break where Brett, Barney, and I are here to be your lovers.
All right, so I want to make sure everybody's listening and understands and watching that I'm on 680 The Fan, right? 680thefan.com.
Get it, Finn.
Go get the app, download it. The signal is not super strong.
But it's strong enough.
It's strong enough. People hear it and listen to it and love it. So I'm on 6 to 9 in the morning on a show called The Front Row. We talk sports. We have fun. We just kind of goof off and joke around. And between myself and Steak Shapiro and Sandra Golden, I think we got a good group and a good thing going. All the guys you're familiar with and have seen and maybe worked with over the years.
Yeah, and Steak Shapiro's legendary for Atlanta Eats, as well as he knows sports. He's always done sports, and Sandra Golden, I think, knows more than any other chick.
She's awesome.
And then there's you, and you're the only one in the studio, which is great. I think you got to have an athlete in there. I think you have to have a former player, and that's what you bring to the table.
I think it gives you a little bit of credibility, and then hopefully some storytelling if Steak lets me talk and get a word in edgewise every once in a while.
You want to say something to Steak right now? I'd like to back off the mic?
No. I love Steak. He's the best. You're
Steak.
Great point, man. We appreciate you.
Steak, nobody's taking your damn job. Give Finneran a little airtime.
We got a good thing going.
Yeah,
we
you do.
really do.
Great show. I got to tell you, working in the building with you guys was fantastic. Anything else, you?
I got a tournament coming up, a golf tournament. Anybody wants to get involved? DeborahGolf.com.
All right.
DeborahGolf.com. If you want to check out Deborah.
What does that mean?
It's interesting. There's a disease called EB. It's a long word. I can't pronounce it, but it literally affects about 200 children every year, and they're literally born. It's just really, really devastating. They're literally born without their outer layer of skin.
Oh my God.
Some kind of worse than others. So think about waking up every morning as a parent to go see your child who's really the worst case scenario. Their skin is burning a lot. So they have certain kind of bandages and cover and stuff they have to have on their skin all the time.
Did they try to grow skin? Can they grow skin?
They're trying to figure out how to take care of it and do things just like you're talking about, but they're not there yet. And
wow.
It is a devastating, scary looking disease, and so we try to raise some money and take care of all those kids. The guy that runs it, Brett, his daughter has it, and
not you.
Not you. You don't have a daughter yet, right?
I don't have any kids.
We don't even know if he
that I know of.
We don't even know if he has swimmers.
Oh, jeez. So that if you want to check it out, it's at Sugarloaf. And I don't know.
I love
We're not going to tee
Sugarloaf.
off till like 10:45 that morning.
So I could probably leave work a little early.
And we could, if you want to be one of the celebrities in our group, it's up to you because I don't know how you do with that kind of thing when you got to play with another foursome as the celeb.
No, I don't have a problem doing that. I do it for Otis Nixon every year.
Oh yeah, it's the same day as Otis's tournament. So next year we'll get you ahead of time. Okay.
Because Otis has got me locked down right now.
Good for him. That makes sense. I thought about you driving over here, and I figured I would ask you if you wanted to come by and do that.
God, I would, Finneran.
Well, I'll bring you out to play just a regular round of golf instead.
That I would love.
Right.
I'm a member. I joined a country club. I'm in White Columns.
Yeah.
White Columns. But the deal is I went in on the fitness level because my wife hasn't let me join the whole country club for the golf yet. Not because of the money. It's because she's like, there's no way it's going to be worth it. You got to play 6 times a month for that to be worth it. But I get 2 rounds a month.
Okay. That makes sense.
So we could play. You can always go to the pool with me.
I like that.
And
We've got to both do some push-ups before we get out there, but we can make it happen.
No, we'll do push-ups, and then we'll drink mudslides. I love mudslides.
What the hell's a mudslide?
Brett Barney knows.
Kahlua in there?
Yes,
Yeah,
good job, Maynard.
Get a little floater on top.
Yeah, here's what it is. You're going to love this. It's the chocolate shake that gets you drunk. So it's got Bailey's, Kahlua, vodka, and ice cream. Hello.
Seems like a lot by the pool.
Now, how's your tummy right now? You're pretty flat still?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, my tummy's
Still looking
pretty
good.
flat.
You can still play.
I play basketball. I'm surprised nobody asked about my finger, by the way.
We were
you guys
getting
don't
to
give a
that.
shit about my finger, but
No,
that's
we
fine.
give shit. He's all,
So hurt.
what's wrong with your finger,
Thank
Pumpkin?
you for asking.
Yes.
I broke it. I broke it playing
a broken
baseball. I play in
finger?
a men's league baseball league up here in Marietta.
Yeah.
And I did Braves fantasy camp for 2 years in a row. Those guys asked me to come play in their league, so I said, all right, I'll do it.
Are you pretty good? I've done Braves.
I'm okay, yeah.
I did fantasy camp
Did you?
twice.
Oh, it's awesome.
You know what they did? They put me as catcher. I don't know what that means. I can catch a fastball, but I'm a great batter.
Slow foot, maybe?
No, not
No?
slow foot. I batted 1,000 after 2 days.
That's
I can
impressive.
hit. I can hit. And I went up against one of the Georgia Tech pitchers, this guy. And matter of fact, I ended up going over to Georgia Tech to hit those guys, and I hit 2 out of 4 pitchers.
All right, back to me and my finger.
Sorry.
You ready? So I'm playing my first game before we run out of time. I'm playing center field. The worst era in my history of my baseball career, which wasn't very long. Freshman year in high school, that was it.
Oh, you did play.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
So I go to catch a ball in center field a couple weeks ago, and the bases are loaded, and I know I'm going to throw the guy at home as he tries to tag up.
You're catching with both hands?
Yeah, I'm catching with both hands like a
Isn't that a
jackass.
softball move?
Oh, my God. No, I got it up here, and I literally took my eye off the ball, put my hand right here, and when I tell you a fly ball to deep center field landed on top of my finger. So ball hits the ground, I pick it up, get the force out at third from the guy trying to go from second because I dropped it like a jackass. And I looked down at my hand, and the amount of blood that was pouring off my hand, just dripping to the ground, it was like CSI was involved.
Damn.
Jeez.
Brian.
I go off the field, I clean it up. This lady's got baby wipes there. I wipe it up. I tape it up because all I see is like the fingernail is kind of lifted up a little bit, and it looks all red and nasty. Tape it up, keep playing like 6 mornings, like an idiot.
6 innings.
Yep. Sunday comes around, it's still bleeding. Okay. I texted my doctor from the Falcons, Dr. Seiler. I was like, dude, I need to come see you after my show tomorrow. He's like, all right, bring it. X-rays it. It's broke. The bone, the first tip of your bone has stuck through the nail bed and is sticking out through my skin underneath the nail. And finally, Monday, the guy took my fingernail off and performed a little surgery and stitched me up.
So
That was the grossest thing I've ever heard in my life.
So let me
Thank
see.
you.
So you've lost your fingernail. Oh, I feel this, Brett. It's like a hard Band-Aid.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty cool. That's
it's a
like
splint.
modern. It's a nice splint.
I'm embarrassed about it big time.
All right, so when will you be able to play baseball again?
Another couple weeks.
Did you drop any more balls after that?
No, I didn't, which is ridiculous. I had two good hands. I dropped one. I had one good hand. I dropped none.
When you put a wide receiver on your team, you figure
No,
that
dude, I've been so money in center field, and I just jacked the whole freaking thing up.
you still got the arm, though? You could throw it in?
Oh, yeah. No problem there.
So I played men's baseball, too, when I was around 30-32, but I just enjoyed it.
This is 45 and older.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, how old are you now?
You're allowed to have 2 guys at 43 that can play.
See, that was a joke.
Geriatric fuck.
I knew you weren't that old. I hate those. I do those soccer leagues. I'll play soccer, and it's like, okay, I played in the 24, 25-year-old league, and I'm like the 48-year-old guy back in the day. And I'm like, damn it, man. And these guys are jersey pulling me and crap, and I'm like, you know what?
I don't need this in my life.
I'm meaner than you are, and I will put you in the wall. So playing some indoor, and then you get to the outdoor, which is where I'm better. But you're right. There's always those leagues where they're like, we get 2 young guys, that's it. So you're one of the young guys in baseball.
Yes. You're only allowed to pitch like 2 innings in a game, and you can't take advantage of it.
Dude, that's great.
I like it. I do. I got a good group of guys, and I have a basketball league I play in on Wednesday nights when the seasons come in and out. John Smoltz is on that team. Drew Barry used to play Georgia Tech.
Smoltz, good basketball player.
Smoltz is a good basketball player. Yep. Peerless Price is on our team. So we're playing against other former NBA and different guys. So it's competitive, but I'm nervous. At one point, I'm going to hurt myself real bad. So I think in the next year or 2, I got to shut it down.
Dude, that's great. I wouldn't mind. Where can we see you play basketball? Where do you guys do
We play
that?
at Concourse Athletic Club. So let me know if you want to come check it out.
I would love that. I love Smoltz. You know what? There's one thing, and you can talk to John about it. John, when he was pitching, we met, and I gave him a laminated picture of me, my baseball
The
card.
gift that keeps on giving.
Oh, yeah. He's got it framed on his mantle.
No, Smoltz has got it's a laminated baseball card from when I played Braves Fantasy League. You get a baseball card, and I gave it to him, and he used to keep it in his back pocket when he pitched.
No way. Come on.
True story.
I'll ask him about it next time I talk to him.
Yeah, you know what? Bring Smoltz on. We love to talk to Smoltz. As a matter of fact, I turn on the John Smoltz Highway all the time because I live in Milton now.
Oh, that's
I take
right.
a little left, I cruise on John Smoltz Highway, and then I'm on my way.
He's playing in the Champions Tour. He's got an exemption for like 5 tournaments, so he's playing a little golf with the Senior Tour.
That's the thing, too. When you look at a guy like Brian Finneran, you got a guy that played baseball his freshman year, played basketball. You look at athletes. Like a lot of people don't realize that Tom Glavine could have been a professional hockey player, but he decided to be a pitcher. Then you got a guy like you that's playing ball with former athletes that played in the NBA. That's what I think I think amazes Brett because Brett can't play sports with a damn. But
I can talk shit, but that's not it.
but then there's me, and I was like I played first division soccer, but I never played professionally.
Nobody calls it first division. Division 1?
Division 1.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's how you know
out.
he didn't do it.
All right, a-holes. I played Division 1.
Coming from the Division 2 football player?
I played in the ADASL. A lot of you watching played against me. You know how fierce I was. I played second Division 2. Did I play that? Did I say that
T2.
right? T2. Damn it. But I look at guys like you that can play 2 or 3 sports. Is there anything else out of what you do you think you could have played professionally other than football?
No, probably not. I think
Not even baseball?
No, not baseball by a long shot.
Basketball?
Basketball was close. My twin brother and I almost went to the Naval Academy.
You almost went to the Naval Academy? How cool would that have been? Top Gun.
I know. But I was colorblind and probably too tall at one point to be in the
Are
cockpit.
you colorblind?
Yep.
Do you know that I'm white?
I can see you're white. I can hear it in your voice. Absolutely.
You can't see color at all?
Dude, get out of here. Colorblind doesn't mean you can't see color.
You think he's a dog?
You got a red shirt on.
colors?
That's red.
It's red.
So
what
like
is
the wall, the soundboards,
Yeah.
those are kind of funky for me where I can't tell if like it's black and gray or is it blue and black and
Blue and gray.
blue and gray. So
Just like, you know why?
yeah,
Civil War, baby.
if you say so.
That's what we were going for in the studio. Yeah.
Nobody with a podcast bring up the Civil War. I just did it.
Not one person.
Did you have fun?
I had a blast. Thank you for having me.
You got
No.
any social media you want to plug? Or
Oh
anything?
yeah, sure.
Let's hear
thank
about
you.
your social media, how we can
How many
find.
followers do you think I can get with this thing? Let's see. I'll keep tabs on it. This comes out.
We're still in our early days, so give us
don't
some
no
slack.
excuses, Tyler. What's
Thank
his
you.
problem?
Tyler is doing what you're supposed to do as a producer. Support us.
I got you. So
And keep it
Twitter
real.
at bfin86.
All right, don't say it fast. That was too fast.
Twitter at bfin86, BFINN 86, and the very same on Instagram as well, which Instagram's kind of whatever. I don't mind being on it, but Twitter is where I get all my information and put out my stuff and occasionally get in trouble. If I ever come back, I'll tell you what happened with the Colin Kaepernick / Eric Reed situation where when I tell you Black America came down on me and came down on me hard,
Oh, damn.
forget about it.
Dude, you're a great guy.
I know.
Why would
I know.
Black America be nice? This is a
It was
great guy.
unbelievable.
He couldn't tell if they're black or gray. We got it.
He's colorblind.
That's right.
Wake up,
You know
white people.
what the hell was that? I will tell you right now that he's so colorblind, he doesn't see color. You know what Brian Finneran sees? Personalities. He sees individuals. And if you act like an ass, he doesn't like you, right?
That's exactly right.
Yeah, I don't like a-holes any more than you do. I don't care what color you are. I just don't be an a-hole. Right, Brett?
I guess.
Brett, we can do this again. Next time it happens, we need 3 women we can talk about. F, marry, and kill. Okay?
Okay.
Please.
Thank you for that
Not
recommendation.
inanimate objects.
Everything else was great.
There were
Appreciate you
several
guys having
questions
me.
I was told not to do by people I
Oh.
ran it by.
All right. That's just fair. I think that's good. They
I
put
feel
up
like
good-
I was in a good
You did a
middle
good job.
ground.
There's a lot of people that love Brian Finneran and
Right.
your class act, and I'm glad you didn't ask any controversial questions. I don't need that. What were you going to ask him?
Around the locker room one with the towel one, I was going to ask who's the shower and who's the grower that you always remember from the locker room.
You don't have to answer. That could be another show.
Don't answer.
But if you want to,
I was going to ask the Vikings cruise. Did the Falcons ever soar? Meaning, did y'all ever rent out some planes and take some strippers up in the air with you?
No, that
Out of
never
PDK?
happened.
That never happened.
No,
Any-
no boats in Miami, no boats on a lake in Minnesota. Either.
never happened. Anything else?
No, we can end it there.
All right,
I've got
thank
more.
you.
We'll have some
but-
teasers for next time he's on.
Yeah, maybe I won't come back.
I want to thank Brian's wife for letting him come.
She's blowing me up on my phone.
I know she is. She's worried. He's safe. We love Brian's kids. I just want to say you're a class act. You're a dear friend of mine, and I love you dearly.
Cheers. Appreciate you having
Brian
me.
Finneran right here on the Yeah Come On show. Let's go out with some Journey, I think. Greatest rock and roll band of all time. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I like what you're talking about.
You have a more favorite band? You can tell me.
Listen, between Metallica and AC/DC.
Oh yeah, I've been on a hard Metallica kick
Yeah?
recently. Yeah.
Tell you what.
Now, I will tell you, I like AC/DC. I'm not a fan of Metallica, but
Okay.
AC/DC
Well, a little harder. Yeah, I could see that.
AC/DC is my number 3. You know why? Bon Jovi used to be number 3, but then I found out he was a liberal douchebag, so I moved him to 4.
Oh,
That's fair. That's fair.
You're not liberal.
Oh, God. please. No.
That's not. You're gonna put him on the hot seat with
No. I got no problem answering that.
No
question.
problem. So we will end politics saying, I vote right. Wait, right. I probably should have said that. Don't hate me. Come on. If a good lefty guy comes along, I'll take note. No, I won't. You've been watching the Yeah Come On show with Brett Barney, my lovely sidekick, produced by Mr. Tyler Maynard, and our special guest, Mr. Brian Finneran, former Atlanta Falcon and 680 The Fan. Listen to him on the front row every morning from 9 until noon. Can I get a Yeah Come On?
You can get a 6 to 9. Yeah, come on. They moved us, dog. 6 to 9.
Cut. Are you serious?
Yes. We're
That's
early.
right. You're on the
Yes,
morning show.
That's right. We're competing. Big time now.
Don't listen to him. Listen to me. Bailey and Southside. Thank you.